What's up, guys? I'm Jimmy Chang, and I am here today with Jim Laughlin from TiGr Locks. Welcome, Jim.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So really quickly, I found you guys, you and your company TiGr Locks, when I was looking for a lock solution for my one-wheel pint because I couldn't find any lock that was, and for those that haven't or aren't familiar with the TiGr Lock, it's this titanium lock that is very thin profile. I think on the website you describe it as being an elegant security solution or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, and so this works perfectly. It worked great. It fits on the pint how I needed it to lock. And for those that don't know what a pint is, it's a type of one wheel. But this is made as a bike lock. And so today I have Jim here to talk to me about this new product that you guys have a Kickstarter campaign going on for. It's called the TiGr Blue. Tell me about this new lock.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy. Thank you so much.
Sure.
So the new one, we call it the TiGr Blue Mini Plus. So blue comes from the fact that it is, and there it is there. The shackle material is blue steel. A couple different names for it: high carbon steel, spring steel. Basically, it's a very hard, high carbon steel that is thin. So like the titanium, it's thin. It's actually half the thickness of the titanium, but has some of the other properties that make titanium work with our design, being, so it's flexible, so you can sort of spread it apart and put it back together again. So like titanium, it's lightweight, and it's flexible and very strong. It's super hard to cut. But one big advantage is it's quite a lot less expensive than titanium. So that was one of the reasons why we're coming out with this new one.
It looks like the Kickstarter campaign is going on pretty strong. I mean, you've met your goal already from what I could see.
Yeah, we met our goal within 90 minutes of launching it.
All right. There's a lot of interest out there, it sounds like, and you're building off of the success of the predecessor, the titanium version. So this one, it sounds like it's going to be thinner. It's going to be stronger and potentially cheaper.
Yeah, well, so the steel is thinner than the titanium, but the overall thickness, once we manufacture it, there'll be some coatings on it. One, an E-coat to protect it from corrosion. The steel is subject to corrosion, so that's an additional step we need to take. That adds a tiny little bit of thickness. And then we also, it'll be wrapped in a heat shrink material that will add thickness. So the overall thickness will be about the same once it's all said and done. The blue steel is a hardened steel that, another term for spring steel, but it's very hard steel, commonly used for like sushi knives or like, high quality knives that need a very hard edge.
Okay, and that's also the high carbon component, right? This is a high carbon steel. The more carbon you add to the process, the harder it becomes. Yeah.
That's my understanding.
Okay.
My brother John and I are in this business together, and John's the engineer, so I rely on him for that information.
Okay, and when I'm looking up high carbon and blue steel, and I'm trying to learn about its properties, you mentioned sushi knives, and that's usually where I see the search results usually pop up knives. That seems to be the area that this material is mostly used. Why have we not seen this in locks?
I'm not aware of any other lock that's using this material. In doing some research, looking for a material that would work with our design that we've been using with the titanium, we started looking into the idea of spring steel. No other locks work quite like ours. Our sort of locking mechanism is proprietary. The way the two ends come together and go into the lock cylinder. It's just a unique design. Our steel suppliers in the U.S., our titanium supplier is a U.S. titanium supplier, and we do all the manufacturing in New Jersey. Okay. So basically made by hand by one guy, my brother John in New Jersey.
Wow. No wonder John couldn't talk to me today. He's busy making these things.
He's busy. He's got locks to make. So
yeah. All right. Besides the change in metal, what other changes can we expect with this lock?
The metal's the core thing that's changed. And with our lock cylinder, anyway, I'll grab it here. We're adding a little bit of knurling. I don't know if you can see that there to the lock cylinder. Just to give you a little bit of grip because you know, when you're locking up your one wheel or your bicycle or whatever, you know, sometimes it's cold or wet, and it's nice to get a little grip. So that's a change. We're going to implement that across all of our locks, but introducing it now. And then our locks come with a mounting clip that attaches. It's designed to attach to water bottle mounts on a bike frame.
Okay.
And we're just adding an element.
Is that different from this here?
That's it right there. That's what we're introducing with Kickstarter. We've added that stainless steel bit there to stiffen it up a little bit, so it's makes it a little bit stronger. So those are the main things, and some cosmetic things with the blue. We're going to offer, you know, the default color will be black, but we will offer other colors.
Why would someone still choose the titanium version over the blue version?
There's some things about titanium that is just unique to titanium. Titanium is it's very strong in holds up really well to fatigue. There's sort of a cachet around titanium. People like the idea of titanium. It matches titanium bikes. So there's some element of that, you know, titanium's just, you know, people just like the idea of titanium. You know, we're not walking away from titanium. We think that there will always be a demand for the titanium. So I don't know, you know, we're not, so we're not replacing one with the other. We're just adding steel as another option.
How does the blue stand up to attacks as opposed to the previous models?
So in our testing, we've done a lot of testing on the blue, including those bolt cutters. Like, we're not trying to make a lock that is unbreakable. Our goal is to make a lock that's really easy to use, it's lightweight, that is comparable to other, you know, U-locks that people tend to use. Our thinking is that, you know, the lighter it is, the easier it is to use, the more likely you are to bring it along with you for the ride. And so that's what we're trying to do. Those kinds of videos and reports we saw is what drove us to looking for material, and what ultimately drove us to this high carbon blue steel. It
sounds like you guys aren't resting on your laurels, and you've you've already put out 2 or several successful locks made out of titanium, but you're listening to the critics, you're listening to the reviews out there, and you're improving upon it. You know, like you said, I think you made a very important point that there's no lock that's 100%, and a lock is a balance between you know, the weight, the convenience, as also with the security. And you know, security is very big, but if your lock is huge and heavy, like I've got several U-locks and they don't work on my one wheel pint, and so I can't use them, but I can use this product.
Yeah, and I would like to add just one other quick thing with the idea of, like, you know, the videos showing breaking it. So we did testing in our own shop, as I mentioned, but we also sent locks out to, there are these labs in Europe that do assess locks, the security value of locks for insurance providers in Europe. And so the locks meet their standards for bicycle security, so we feel pretty good about that. And with the titanium, and we've got several tens of thousands of locks, titanium locks, in use in the world every day. And they get attacked all the time by bike thieves. And they get attacked, you know, bolt cutters are a really common method of attack. And by far, you know, the lock is, you know, holds up to bolt cutter attacks in the real world the vast majority of the time. But not all the time. I mean, you know, bicycles get stolen, thieves are able to break locks. But anyway, I just want to add that.
Okay, yeah, no, very good. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think this is a great product, and I look forward to seeing you know, what you guys do in the future and how you build upon this.
I will say that you know, we hear from a lot of people who tell us they bought the lock for their one wheel. So we have a key code registration form on our website. One of the questions in the form is, you know, why did you buy the lock? And over the last year or so, it's incredible how many people are saying they're buying it for their one wheel. And a lot of that is because of you. And so thank you so much.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. I'm glad that we're able to get the word out there. You have to understand the circumstances that you're using this for. And I think if people understand how to use these locks, then their device, their one wheel or their bike will be fine. For me, this is a perfect combination of utility because it works. It's the only lock that works besides those cable locks, but those cable locks, I mean, my kid could probably cut with their scissors from elementary school. And but it adds an element of protection, security for my device, and it looks cool. It's lightweight. It's easy to take around.
If people are interested in a report on the destructive testing on this TiGr Blue, there's a website in Japan. A guy who has a website. He posts reviews of locks and a wide range of locks, and he takes a really detailed approach. And I think it's super helpful.
I looked at that too. Very detailed, very long, a lot of great pictures. You know, I for one do not plan on taking a hacksaw or bolt cutters to this for YouTube. I don't know, maybe if enough people want me to, I could, but I love this thing too much to harm it. Yeah, I'll leave a link down below. And so, yeah, thanks, Jim. I appreciate your time. Thanks a lot.
All right, Jimmy. Thank you so much. Okay.
All right, take care.